Hey there. Some stories haunt you because of what's there, and some because of what's missing. Today, we're diving into the chilling case of Rebecca Coriam, a young woman full of life working on one of the happiest places at sea, a Disney cruise ship. And then, one morning in 2011, she vanished. Without a trace, no CCTV, no witnesses, no answers. And over a decade later, silence. Rebecca was 24 years old, from Chester, England, bright, athletic, loved by everyone who knew her. She studied sports science at university, worked with kids, and eventually landed what many would call a dream job: a youth worker aboard the Disney Wonder cruise ship. Now, here's what you have to know about cruise ships like this. They're massive, like floating cities. Thousands of passengers, hundreds of staff, security, cameras everywhere. Everything's accounted for. So how does someone just disappear? It was March 21st, 2011. The Disney Wonder had left Los Angeles and was sailing toward Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Rebecca had just returned from a trip home and was back on board for a new contract. That morning, she was seen on CCTV footage, the only footage, talking on an internal phone in what looks like the crew lounge. It's early. She's wearing men's clothing, maybe a borrowed hoodie. She looks upset, distressed. She ends the call, runs her hands through her hair, and walks off camera. And that's it. That's the last confirmed sighting of Rebecca Coriam. Ever. Later that day, she missed her shift. The crew searched for her. Her name was called over the ship's intercom. Nothing. A full sweep of the ship was done. Still nothing. No one saw her leave. Her belongings were still in her cabin, her shoes, her ID, her passport. They even did a head count. She was the only person unaccounted for. The official story? Disney and the authorities said she likely went overboard. That maybe she was standing near a wave breaker on the deck, and a rogue wave swept her into the sea. But here's the thing. That explanation doesn't sit right with a lot of people, including her family. That section of the ship? Not an easy place to just hang out. And that wave theory, there were no reports of rough seas. Plus, and this is key, no CCTV footage showed her anywhere near the deck that morning. And like I said, cruise ships are packed with cameras. Her parents were flown to meet the ship when it docked in LA. They were taken to Rebecca's room, and something felt off. Her mom noticed her daughter's favorite shoes were missing. Disney staff told them she'd been seen wearing them when she vanished. But if that's true, why were the shoes on board? Then came the investigator. One guy, from the Bahamas. Because here's the thing. Cruise ships are usually registered under what's called a flag of convenience. Disney Wonder is registered in the Bahamas. So even though Rebecca was British and the ship left from the US, the investigation fell to Bahamian authorities. One guy. He stayed on board for one day, interviewed a few crew, left. That was the entire official investigation. Disney? Pretty tight-lipped from the start. They offered condolences, said they were cooperating. But when reporters started digging, walls went up. Rebecca's parents said Disney representatives were cold, corporate. They felt like the company was more concerned about protecting its image than helping them get answers. And maybe that's true. I mean, Disney's a giant, a brand built on happiness and magic. A cruise ship mystery doesn't exactly fit the narrative. Years passed. No new leads, no follow-up investigation, no closure. Just theories. Some say she took her own life. Maybe jumped. Maybe the stress of the job got to her. But those close to her say that doesn't add up. She was planning her future, talking about coming home. She'd just messaged her boyfriend. There were no signs of mental health struggles. Others think it could have been an accident, a slip, a fall. But again, no evidence, and no one saw a thing. Not one passenger, not one crew member, not one camera. And then there's the darker stuff. Some former cruise ship workers have spoken out over the years about how things get covered up, about how not everything that happens at sea makes it back to land. One even said that a crew member once told them, "Rebecca didn't fall. She was taken." There are rumors she may have been in a relationship with someone on board, that there was tension, even that there was an argument before she disappeared, but nothing's confirmed. No names, just whispers. And that's the thing with this story. It's all shadows, pieces of something bigger that never quite come together. Her parents have never stopped pushing. They've written letters, petitioned for more investigation. They even hired a private investigator who found more questions than answers. There was a report that someone, months later, used Rebecca's password to access her Facebook account. Her family got an anonymous email saying she was seen walking around in Venice, but nothing came of it. No evidence, just noise. In 2017, a British MP named Chris Matheson called the investigation a cover-up. He said, and I quote, "It is more than suspicious. There is definitely something that has been covered up." But still, no justice, no answers. Just a grieving family and a vanished young woman. This case sticks with people because it feels like something should have been done. Something could have been seen. It's not like she disappeared in the middle of nowhere. She was on a ship, a controlled environment, cameras, security, order, and yet she vanished. If you search online, you'll find her story. You'll see that single CCTV clip. The last time anyone saw Rebecca Coriam. Watch closely, her body language, her face. Something was clearly wrong, and just hours later, she was gone. It's one of the most haunting cases at sea, and it reminds us that even in places built on smiles and family vacations, there can be dark corners. What happened to Rebecca Coriam? Was it an accident, a cover-up, something worse? Maybe someday we'll get the truth. But until then, her story remains another name on the list of the vanished. Thanks for listening to Vanishing and Unsolved. If you've got theories or stories like this that give you chills, hit that follow button, share it with a friend, and let's keep digging into the mysteries no one wants to talk about. Until next time, stay curious and watch your step, even on a ship that promises magic.
Did you find this video helpful? If yes, please hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And press the bell icon for new videos.